What's up, SRTNastyCat? Somebody had pointed out to me recently, had asked me to do basically a review or at least a description of my own car, what all I got going on with it, with my Charger. The build, just kind of go over some of the mods. And in doing that, I'll also be talking about the tires that I've used on the car and the tires you should use on the car. You know, man, I don't know what it is, man, but personally, I have a hard time spending big money on tires. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But unfortunately, my car makes the kind of power where I need a good tire. Like, I gotta have a good tire. And even still, it's just a roast monster. You know what I'm saying? So the Hellcats make crazy torque. They almost match torque with the power that they make, especially if you got one making as much power as mine. It's hard to hook this big son bitch. I ain't gonna lie, man. That motherfucker hard to hook. I mean, you mix that with cheap ass eBay tires, it spells disaster. But I've gotten used to it, the power a little bit, you know what I mean? I've gotten comfortable with how I drive a car, how I need to drive it. You know, I don't make many Mexico trips, you know what I mean? Because the conditions have to be just right. And I had a drag pack recently that I just sold and shipped those out to a guy in Connecticut. The drag pack was cool. It was cool once I got the tire pressure set around about 18, 20, to have those radials on the car would see some traction, especially once they got heated up. This fucking thing was hooked in. Outside of that though, boy, I tell you what, it's like rolling on skates when you punch the gas. But hey, I love it. You know, that's one of the features of the Charger. You know, hate it or love it. You know what I mean? There's no in between. The tires. Let's go into the tires that I currently had and the ones that I now have on the car. So the tires. I was running, for the sake of cost effectiveness, a 325 35 20. This is a Pirelli tire, the P0s. Now, you see they're claiming 325, but I have some real 325s back there that are Dunlops, man, and they are significantly wider than these supposed 325s. But you know, each manufacturer, I guess they measure them differently or whatever. These Pirellis are really 315. They're the same exact width as the wheels I replaced them with. I mean, not the wheels, but the tires I've replaced them with. As you can see on these tires, they are beaten. Boy, you know what I mean? They got a little bit of tread, but not much. I mean, they warm out, and then you mix that with a massive burnout that I will add at the end of this video that I did before I took them off. So, hey man, they're not for a Hellcat. You know, you see that movie Scarface? Y'all know Scarface comes in and his boy was talking about dating his sister. She's not for you, man. She's not for you. Just these P0s and a Hellcat, they're not for you, man. They're not for you. So that's exactly is how I feel about those tires. And I would not suggest anybody rock on P0s. Look, if your money funny and you gotta rock them, you gotta do what you gotta do. But ditch them motherfuckers ASAP, because they are death traps. So these tires, a little bit about these. These are Dunlop 325 30/20. So I've got these tires sitting around. I've been trying to get rid of them. I've got them brand new. As you can see, the tread on them is great. The wear on them is great. Just having a hard time getting rid of them. It's whatever. I'm not gonna give them away. People be wanting you to just like You know, I understand I'm gonna take a hit, but damn, I'm not gonna fucking pay, you know, let's say $600 for tires and then turn around and give them to you for $100. Fuck that. These motherfuckers are sitting in my fucking corner. Fuck that shit. I work hard for my shit and I keep them. Fuck it. Anyway, moving right along. So I went to the Nitto NTO5. These are not the R. These are not the R. So there's an R and there's just the NTO5. And there's a reason for that. So the R is a little bit softer and it gets less wear. I am somebody who actually likes to drive my car and enjoy it. I travel in and out, hit the road. I'll take a little road trip, and that's enough. You know, that's basically it. You know, I mean, I like to get out and enjoy the car. I like to drive around. I like to go on trips. You know, I might take my family somewhere, something to that effect. So that's just something that I do love to do, and I need a tire that's gonna laugh. A tire that's gonna last somewhat. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go over. Oh, there's my engine in the corner, man. So I bought that. That's an LS engine that eventually I would like to put into something. One day, probably build it out. I got it originally to be like a self project, get it cleaned up, get the machine work done, and then maybe I want to attempt to put it together myself. You know, just a little fun project, get an engine stand and build it out myself, and something I'll put it in later, right? Find me a shell or something, a roller to put it in later, and who knows. But at some point, I would like to get this motor put in. Everybody's like, is it a 4.3 or 5.8? Well, it says 5.3, 4.8 on the block. Let's see, let me try to get you some little angle so you can count. You see it say, you know, 4.8, 5.3. So it'll be whatever. I think building it back, I'm gonna go with a 5.3. You know, why not? Just pull that crank and get it machined and get it cleaned up and go from there. But that'll be something I'll do in the future. Hopefully I'll be able to document that build. Now back to this thing over here. So, yeah, the Hellcat, man. Most of you know, if you've been watching the channel, that it's got a big ass 4.5 Whipple on it. But some of the things that you don't know, so yeah, it is cammed. It's got a Ray Barton reground cam in it, along with some race push rods and some retainers and springs as well. And that's basically it. It's just a bone stock bottom end. I've got the 1700 ID injectors in it. Stock fuel line. It's 1/2-inch fuel line. So the misconception is that when you get big fuel injectors and fuel pumps, you got to do the fuel line too. You don't have to. With this line being 1/2-inch, it's good for, you know, 1,000 or more on the factory fuel line with the proper injectors and proper fuel pumps. When I got this car, it had twin 450s in it, Walboro 450s, and since then I've jumped to their 535. It flows like 125 more milliliters or liters or something like that per hour. I don't know the exact specs, but I do know it flows more, especially the top end of this car, because I was seeing little issues. I think the tuner, my buddy Josh, when he was tuning the car, was like, hey man, I want to dial it back because you're running out of fuel up top, at the very top, because the pump just can't keep up with the big ass injectors. So at that point, I jumped to the 535 and been rolling ever since, man. And I love it. I love it. Also, man, I've got Bilstein spring and shock combo on the car. That's why the car sits so aggressive and has that stance to it. I like the way it sits. I couldn't be more happy. And it doesn't ride bad either. And it still retained a lot of the factory features as far as the custom sport, track, and the default mode. So it still retain those features when you're in the car, cruising in the car. With that being, and exhaust, man. I just got the factory shorties with catless delete all the way back to the mufflers, and they're like American Racing mufflers, and that's it. That's basically the car, man. I mean, as you can see, again, it's got some work from billet specialists as far as the lid goes on the coolant tanks. Also the reservoir over here for the washer fluid, catch can, thermostat housing, the power steering cap, also the oil dipstick. And that basically, man, that's basically the car, man. Just moving forward, there's some big things I'm gonna be doing at the first of the year. It kind of got slowed because it is the holidays. My kids deserve Christmas. A lot of people been hit real hard with everything that's going on, the pandemic, or a lot of people out of work, and that's something that I recognize. And yeah, so that's basically my car in a nutshell. I do got future plans coming up first of the year. I was going to move a little bit faster, but with the holidays and we're still in the middle of a pandemic, all the stuff that's going on around the country, hell, around the world, I just thought maybe I'd wait till the first of the year to kind of, before I go out and do some stuff. I'm going to be doing some stuff to the car cosmetically. She's going to look different in 2021 moving forward. And stay tuned. I am doing a wheel switch. Going to get some new wheels. I'm going to sell the wheels that are currently on it. I've got a couple people who are interested in the wheels already. It's just I wish I could move faster for them to get them gone. But like I said, I'm not really looking to start the new project on the car until after the holiday, which is it's not far away. Get into it. It's going to look completely different, and as I get those components and get those items in, I will definitely be sure to share with you, kind of go over what I want as far as the styling of the car, what direction I want to go with it, beyond that point. Now, for those of you who don't know, if you haven't watched the channel before, the car makes well over 900. I think the exact number was 933, and then we corrected the curves, and I think it was 955 or something like that. Thinking about turning it up. Probably going to turn it up, man, to get that 4-digit, to get that 1,000, just to get the number. But I'm not in a hurry to do that, man. I enjoy it. The car's plenty fast for me. One thing I know about the car stuff, man, somebody's gonna always be faster, so it don't even matter, you know what I mean? No matter what you do, you come out there with a motherfucking rocket ship, and somebody's gonna pull up with the goddamn Apollo 13 on your ass. So yeah, this shit's pretty fucking fun for me. So I'm cool, you dig? When I like to get out on the track or just kind of feel the power a little bit, cruising around, it's there for me, and it's relatively reliable. It's reliable. It's a reliable source of transportation as well. A car that I could drive. I don't drive every day, but I definitely could drive it every day if I needed to, if I wanted to, and that's what I love about this particular car. I've got a handful of guys that I know that their Hellcat is even more modified than mine, and their cars are capable of making ridiculous amounts of power, but they're always broke. I mean, they can't hop in and enjoy it, and every time they do, they get a couple pulls and something else breaks. You know, drive shaft, a transmission, you know, an axle. You know, it's just, dude, that adds up, man. That adds up after a while, and you know, I'm just a daily B, man. I just daily grind and work to feed and take care of the family, and I've been fortunate and also blessed at the same time to be able to get me a car that I've always wanted, which was a Charger Hellcat. And so with that being said, hey, to each their own. I'm not knocking it. If you got the money, you got the money. I don't have the money. I ain't got the money, so I can't be tearing my shit up every week, every month. You know what I mean? Which is why I limit my track runs. When I go ahead and do what I call the SRTNastyCat 5-point inspection before I put my motherfucker on the track, because I really am not trying to hurt the car at this point in time. I like to get some more enjoyment out of it, and as I move on and get some other stuff done, then yeah, maybe fuck it. You know, turn this motherfucker up and see what she gonna do. But until then, yeah, I'm gonna keep mine cool. You feel me? I'm gonna keep it cool and just going from point A to B. Give it a little gas every now and then, you know. But hey, man, in all seriousness, coming up, take care of you, take care of your family. Fuck with those who fuck with you. If, you know, people don't fuck with you, fuck them. You know what I mean? You don't need certain people in your life anyway, bringing you down. Always talking that bullshit and lying and all that old shit. Time out for all that shit, man. We got too much going on out here in the world to just be fucking with some bullshit. You know what I mean? It's just, and at what point is it worth it? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Somebody don't like me, you don't fuck with me, cool, whatever, bye, motherfucker. I mean, I'm not gonna lose no sleep over those shit like that. I'm gonna take care of my family and do what I need to do and get it done. And that's just, you know, that's just what it is. You know, a lot of people out here got a lot of hate out here in the world, man. And that's crazy as fuck. You know what I mean? To be out here hating people, man, because of their sexual orientation, or because they black, or because they this, or because they that. You know, whatever, dude. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You get the one life. We got the one God, and you do the best you can to serve that God and give him the glory, and take care of yourself and take care of your family, and everything else, man. That's just bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever. I don't buy into that shit. Never have, never will. You know, if you don't like that, you disagree with that, maybe my channel is not for you. That's cool too. You know, that's the thing about America. We got choice. You feel me? So I don't like that when people, you know what I mean, find reasons not to like somebody or not to fool with somebody, and that shit's bullshit, man. Grow the fuck up. Yo, SRTNastyCat, man. I'm signing out.